Not that long ago, gas cans didn't suck. In 2012, new regulations were enacted to remove this vent valve right here so that extraneous emissions weren't occurring by people leaving this valve open. They also put in what's called an anti-spill spout. Today I'm going to modify these new gas cans to make them not suck. I purchased this kit on Amazon and it contains everything that you need to retrofit your gas can with a vent valve. You can see it has the drill bit, even a wrench, a feeder wire, and some stickers to put on there after you get the vent in. The back of the package contains the installation instructions. If it gets confusing or overwhelming, you can just follow the steps here. There's even a video that you can look at if you want to see how to do it. First thing you have to do is prepare the can. So unscrew the cap, pull the spout out, and you'll see that there's a filter catchment inside of there. Now that also has to be removed because we need to get at the rest of the can body. Having done this before, I wasn't able to get this out in one whole piece, and I don't believe that it's necessary to the gas can because old cans didn't have it and your gas tank doesn't have it, so I don't believe that it's actually necessary. That being said, if I was able to save it, that's fine, but it's not necessary. Now, also it's cold outside, so I need to use a heat gun to get this rigid plastic softened enough where I can actually pull it out. And that'll lead us to the next step. Using a pair of needle nose pliers, I grab the filter catchment and I pull it out. Now you can see the reason why it can't be reused or doesn't want to come out is because it has these tabs on it. This one broke off already. When I was pulling it out of the other can, I even actually tore the plastic here when I was trying to get it out. So that's going to be removed. The next thing you want to do is pick a place where you want to put your vent. Now in this can, you can see that the fill line is right here. Ideally, I want my vent above the fill line so that I can get a full 5 gallons into this can. Now, word of caution, the higher up you go on the can to drill your hole, the more difficult it is to actually get the valve threaded in. And that's because you're trying to get things in at an angle. But I'm going to drill my hole and then we'll see the next step. With the hole now drilled, I'm going to thread my wire in. Now it's important to start from the side you just drilled because the spout side will give you easier access to grab the end with your pliers. After you've got the wire threaded in, you can disassemble this valve body to get to the component parts that you're going to slide on the end of this wire here. So I'm going to take it down to basically this first washer on the brass flange. Now that I've got my valve prepared, I'm going to slide it onto the wire. Notice you've got the thread side going in first because that's the side you want to come out. So you don't want to do this backwards and not be able to do it. This is probably the most difficult part of the entire process. Now I have my wire slightly bent a little bit so it'll sit in the can and the valve's in the middle. What I found easiest is to orient the can with the hole towards you, hold on to this wire, and then tip the can up, and then you can try and fish that out. Now you'll probably need another tool, something like a really small screwdriver, or I'm using an owl in my case, to sort of get the valve body through the hole and get it seated. Once I've manipulated the can to get the valve kind of peeking through, I have it on a surface that I can get under, and I'll use a tool like an owl to lever the rest of the valve body through. With the can upside down, quickly get the washer on so that it doesn't fall back through, and then you can finish the operation. The pieces are reinstalled in the reverse order that they were removed from the valve body. First you want to put this grommet on here. Then next you want to put the retaining strap for the cap on. And then finally you want to put the nut on to hold the whole valve body in place. Now this is going to be a little bit difficult because you need some pressure on the valve to hold it in place while you're screwing the nut. I use a tool here like this tack puller to press down on the O-rings so that I can get enough pressure to keep the entire valve body from spinning. And after everything is tight, you can put this sticker on here. I don't really think that's necessary, but you end up with a gas can that doesn't suck. And when you want to pour, you just unscrew this cap, and then you don't have a vacuum in there trying to hold your gas back. And when you're filling it, it's not shutting off the pump because there's back pressure coming up, and just a very worthwhile enhancement to your gas cans. Thanks. This is Brandon from alt4.co, and we'll talk to you later.